we change the equation altogether. So that's where I think, like, as far as shifting the mindset is just really understanding that it's involved. It is a bigger thing. And part of why you personally haven't been marketing when you didn't hire a marketer is because it's involved. And at least some part of the back of your mind knows how much work it takes and didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I can imagine
Yeah.
because like our brains are normally very lazy. If we can avoid doing something, we will avoid it at all
Yeah.
costs. It's
Well,
only when we see a reason to really do it and the
right.
consequences of doing it is worse than doing it. One of the
Yeah.
things I experienced when I first started getting into the back end of Google Ads, stuff like that, there were so many metrics, so much data. I
Yeah.
was like, what's important? So, in your eyes, what are some of the most important metrics for a new business owner to look at, both when marketing themselves, but also when like going out and searching for a digital agency?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're marketing yourself, the most important metric is all of them, because you need to understand it all, because that's how you figure out what levers to pull, right? Like, that's what matters is, how do I pull this lever and get this result? What does it? So if you're doing it yourself, you need to sit down and understand them all. And there's no real way around it. I think as marketers, we've spent enough time with each of those metrics that we can glance over some of them and just say, okay, that says 32 and that seems about right, so I'm going to ignore it. But, that's our knowledge. That's because that's what we do all day long. But metrics that matter most to me in click-through rates. I really want to see a high click-through rate. I want to know that the ad is going to a landing page, and the landing page is converting into at least getting you on the website, or getting you started in the book to wherever your call to action is. That's a huge thing for me. And I've started getting more interested in sort of the lower end of the funnel, because I think anyone, period, can figure out how to grow the top end of that funnel. I don't think that's incredibly complex. We can just throw ads together until the cows come home. One of them will work, and then you just stick with it. I'm not saying that's how I would do it, but I'm saying if you're doing it on your own, sure, go ahead, knock yourself out. Although not literally. But hey, look, I have struggled with things, and I've thought about putting my head through the wall right here. And that wall, there's no insulation in there. That's a beam. I would knock myself out. So I get it. But I think really just conversions, because at the end of the day, as a small business owner or a business owner, you don't even have to be that small. You want conversions. You want customers. You don't want leads. Leads are great. Leads are what you know, but you want sales. So how do we take our marketing, and how is the marketing agency you hire tracking to sales? And most marketers, I think, are a little afraid to get into that conversation, because there's marketing and there's sales and they're slightly different. But we as marketers also have to know, hey, your product isn't going to work. I can build anything I want, but like I said, you're selling a fuel efficiency car to someone who doesn't go anywhere. They don't care. That's not going to work. So we have to be able to say that, and either direct the client or tell the client, this is not going to work. And I've fired clients when I've been like, look, I totally get where you're going, and I can't take you there. And so that's that level of integrity also on our side, is how do we be true to who we are, right? And what we really can do. And I don't want your $5,000 a month if I'm going to just take 5,000 and give you back nothing. I mean, who doesn't want money? But at the same time, I have to have integrity. I have to be able to sleep at night. I have to be able to say, yeah, this is going to benefit you. And if it's not, and we can't feel that way, then we need to be able to say, this is our time to disengage. So
And this really sets you apart from many of the marketers that we run into. And we don't put any of those kind of marketers on the show ever.
Yeah.
We do run into a lot of them. It's like, oh my goodness. I think everyone in business understands that when you invest in something, the payoff or the gain, it comes later.
Right.
But it will come.
Yeah.
And it's a hard hurdle for some business owners to get over.
Yep.
That this takes time because, as you said, they can't see what's happening.
Right. Well, and they don't want to. I think marketing is a lot like a sausage. People enjoy hot dogs, they enjoy sausages, but nobody wants to know how it's made. That is a horrible thought, and everyone I know that has watched the how a hot dog is made video has gone vegetarian or vegan. So I feel like marketing is really similar. We're if I told my clients that I spent an hour today sitting there dealing with a coding issue that should have worked the first time, but for some odd reason just didn't, because yay technology, and did all of this, I think they'd be bored out of their mind. And they'd, and there's always the back of the mind, well, I wonder if somebody else could code better. Well, I wonder if this could, but it's that there's a lot of different little things, and it's a lot for people to take in.
Yeah, this is similar to the reason Moss doesn't generally let me talk to the public unless he's there. Because I get so deep in the weeds of what we're doing, and most people just like
he puts them to sleep.
Even if they pass out, when they come to, I'm still talking. So
Yeah.
Well, the good news is, I also like to talk just for myself. If other people enjoy it, good for them. But
yeah, exactly.
Really, I can't pretend like it's for you guys. I'm sorry. I'm not that guy.